Alright, in today's video, I'm going to be shooting the Gillo GT 27-inch riser that I have set up and started to review. And I'm going to shoot it today, and we're going to find out what I think. For those of you that are new here, my name is Jake Kaminski. I'm a two-time Olympic silver medalist in the sport of archery, and we're going to make this channel a great resource to all types of archery. So if you haven't yet, hit that subscription button and the notification bell. That way you're notified every time a new video is uploaded. I'd appreciate it. So before I get too far, I want to apologize for the background noise that is going on. As you have seen in the previous video, where I was finishing up aligning this bow, the power went out. Power's still out in Florida. Everybody's got generators because of hurricanes, and they're running. So please bear with me. I'm sorry. Nothing I can do about it. I'd like to spend today recording, and I'm doing my best. So we're going to see what happens, and I'm going to shoot it. So since we last saw each other, I got the limbs aligned. I took everything through the weight adjustment. I got the weight back to where I like it. Limbs are still aligned. I set my negative tiller how I like it, set my center shot, and now I'm ready to go. I'm at, I don't know, about 18 meters, maybe 15 meters, somewhere in there. So I'm just going to shoot some arrows, and we'll find out what we think. This is the, I'm shooting with the MXT GW Wind and Wind limbs. I like the GFs better due to the punch of them. These still feel good, so I'm going to use them anyway, just because I didn't want to pull the other ones off my other risers. So. So, the first shots, the bow, the limbs felt a little unhappy. My knocking points are coming undone already. Awesome. So, I'm going to set these really quick before I really say too much, because not only did the limbs feel unhappy, the arrows were all the way down, and with my other setup, which I haven't tuned, does not do that. So, I'm going to check and see where my knocking point is, and it's pretty much the same. Spin it down a little bit and see if that changes the arrow flight a little bit. Maybe the reaction of the bow feels a little bit better. Alright, let's come down. We'll see what happens now, see if that's any better. But overall, the bow holds great. I may not need as much negative tiller to have a good hold. And from what I understand, what Gillo has told me is they have an asymmetrical bow here. So I believe it's longer in the bottom half than the top half to basically feel better string walking. And I can tell you for sure, I do feel better string walking with the asymmetrical riser. So that's kind of neat. I like it. I like it as a feature, as an option. First impression so far. You know, those arrows are flying terrible. Probably worse that way. So, probably has something to do with the asymmetrical riser. So inevitably it would need a different knocking point. Maybe without the string walk, or without the negative tiller might be alright. I don't know. Just feedback that I'm seeing. So if you're going to switch to this riser, be aware that your knocking point will not be the same as another more standard ILF type riser. I mean, overall, it's quieter than my non-Barebow style risers. It feels more solid because it has a little bit more mass weight to it. It's quieter. I still don't hit my arm, which is a good thing. I can use an arm guard, or not use an arm guard, not hit my arm. I'm enjoying it so far. The grip is excellent. I am so happy to see a usable grip come out of bow for once. For once. Took long enough. So for what it's worth, I need to crawl more to have the same impact. I really think this is... Okay, so I'm at 15. Never mind. My crawl is not more. Little buzz on my arm, but not too bad. This mark is from earlier. I had a backpack strap get caught in the string and wasn't pleasant. So if you're going to shoot in a backpack, make sure the chest strap's out of the way. Overall, like I said, so far, I do like the way the bow feels. It feels way more comfortable at full draw, and it feels like, it almost feels like I have stabilizers on the bow, oddly enough, you know, which is a good feeling. I really like that. It feels really, really, really stable. So I don't know what it is. It's just because I don't have any vibration dampening on this. But all of my barebows, since trying barebow, my plunger vibrates loose. So I've got to give it a little encouragement, more so than shooting, you know, Olympic style recurve. I'd be curious to know how many people out there have that issue or have shot both. And what are your findings? What do you notice that are different between the two? So I was just checking to see if the grip was centered on the riser, and I'm happy to report that it is. So the throat of the grip, left to right, is centered down the riser. Some companies offset them because they think it makes torque better. Makes it way worse. On the Hoyts, where you have the adjustable shim left and right, put it down the middle. Don't put it off to the side. It makes it way worse. Everything included. Tuning, form, shooting, you name it. Put it down the middle. I'm going to crawl less and see how the bow feels with a very low amount of crawl. I'm going to take you up closer so I can go through the range of crawls and see what I think and feel. Okay, so I'm just I'm going to shoot close here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how the bow feels and reacts through the crawl range, basically, and see what it feels like. Because it'll feel very different with no crawl, I'm sure. Hit my arm pretty good with no crawl. That wasn't fun, so I'm going to put an arm guard on. That way it won't be so distracting. It's weird that deep crawl, I hit my arm less than no crawl. I would assume it might be a little bit more of the opposite, but I don't know. I'm new to this, as you can tell. So just point on, no crawl. I can really feel that uneven tiller that way. But the bow, it just sits so nice, you know? I really like it. And I'm impressed with how quiet it is. Number one gripe with barebows, especially when I was shooting Olympic style recurve, shooting next to the barebows, just how loud they are. To be able to shoot one that's quiet, I mean, I'm not shooting any radical setup, any radical arrows or brace heights or limbs or anything, so maybe that's why my stuff is quiet, but I feel like so many of the barebow shooters that I've shot next to in all the field archery I've shot, international, domestic, whatever, they are violent and loud. So maybe my string material, I don't know, because this is 450 plus or whatever, 450 I think. Original Fast Flight from BCY, and I'm happy with it. So maybe that's why my bows are quieter. I don't know, but I'm glad that I can set up a quiet barebow. I'm gonna crawl a little bit more. Maybe like a, I don't know, my point on's like 65 meters or more. So we'll say it's probably a 55 meter crawl. Just feels good. I actually like it. I would like to play with the balance more with their different weight systems. You know, with the weights in here. I would like that. I think that would be nice to play with. I'll do like a 40 meter crawl or so on this one. So I caught myself many times a day accidentally using my recurve archery anchor under the jaw. I don't know why, but I just did. It's funny. So, got to remember to anchor up high and barebow style. Initial impressions from shooting this riser. At full draw, it feels very stable, very steady. I feel very, very good with the, how the bow aims, how it holds. The reaction after the shot, it doesn't jump as hard as my Win and Wins do. There's more mass weight to it. It's a 27-inch riser, so I think that is to be expected to not have as much dynamic jump. It feels definitely easier on my fingers with the crawl. Less change in pressure from a point on crawl to a deep crawl. I feel a lot less finger pressure change, which I am a big fan of. It's easier on the limbs as well, so I'm happy with that a lot. The asymmetrical riser, though, is very interesting. I don't know how much of that has to do with the pressure that I feel in the grip, but either way, big fan, because the other grip that I've got on my Win and Win, it's high enough when I get into my deep crawls, I just feel my hand just wanting to slide up the grip all the way up. Really uncomfortable. I kind of struggle to keep it there. With this, I don't have that struggle. My hand's not sliding. I have no grip tape on this. I didn't change the grip at all. Feels good, and it doesn't slip, slide, move, nothing. So I'm very happy about that. The limb flutter is fairly minimal, even with the wood limbs, and or even with these limbs. With just throwing it together, not having a tune really, overall I do like the reaction of the shot, and there's a little bit to be desired, and I think I can clean that up with a little bit of tuning. So maybe I'll do a video after this one and actually try to set up a tune on this bow for some sort of style of shooting. I don't know which yet, whether it be a 20-yard tune, for shooting 18 meters, 20 yards, a feet of field tune, so from, 5 to 50 meters, or a outdoor world archery tune, so shooting a, 50 meters? Is it 50 meters or 60 meters? I don't even know. Let me know. Comment below. and give me your opinion. What should I tune this bow for? 20 yards, a field round, or a World Archery Outdoor round? Let me know, comment below, and I'll work on that tune, and I'll post my findings and post a video on me setting up the bow and adjusting everything for that specific tune, and we'll see what comes of that. So we'll leave it there for now, and I'm happy with how this bow feels, and I'm very interested to actually get it set up so I can actually see what it will really feel like with an arrow that's flying halfway decent. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, consider hitting the like button, the subscription button, and the notification bell. And if you're interested in supporting my channel, head to my website, jkaminski.com, where you can find information on Patreon, apparel, books, and digital coaching as well.